Hello and welcome back. Today I'd like to show you a Drusy cavity from, in this case, the Mourne Mountains in Northern Ireland in County Down. And the Mourne Mountains are made of several pulses of granite intrusions. They have been emplaced in, well, several forms. Some are cone sheets, others are probably lopolith. Some have been suggested to be ring dikes. Well, I guess there's still debate out there what exactly their form is, but close to the roof of the intrusion, we get this interesting phenomenon of Drusy cavities. These are kind of open spaces in the rock, and they must have been filled with gas. They're certainly beautiful crystals. And here we see crystals in their idiomorphic shape, in their own shape. And in particular, we have K-feldspar here. So there we have these large K-feldspars here, for example. And also here. And then, of course, there's smoky quartz. And there's a particularly fine example here. So that should work. And indeed, the granite is made up almost kind of exclusively of feldspar and quartz, and there's some mica in there. You can just about see the streaky bands. Let's see whether I can get to it from here. So here's a mica band, a biotite, and we can afford a little view into the Drusy cavity here. And these are reported to be partly connected, partly sealed off. And here we must have been very close to the surface of the Pluton, a lot of gas, but the solubility of the remaining magma was also very low, so a lot of gas coming out of the magma. And some of this may not have been able to escape due to a sealed roof, maybe from the crystallization from vapor phases indeed. And then we may have had these gas pockets there, partly, as I said, potentially connected. Some of them may even have become overpressured from crystallization, and then they might have broken through to connect with another gas pocket. There may have been vents at the surface, as is quite frequently the case in large volcanoes, large silicic volcanoes, large caldera type volcanoes as well, which may have been the case there. So this is something we'd see there. Now let me show you the other side of the specimen. For that, I'm going to move you away a little bit. So here's a bit more of this Drusy cavity, likely a continuation of the other side. If you look at the specimen carefully, and here you see also these beautiful crystals that have grown into these open spaces from the fluid or from the vapor phase that was inside these cracks and cavities. And here at the side of the specimen, with a bit of imagination, we can just about see that there could have been kind of channels here as well, where we have coarser crystallization, mainly of the potassic feldspar and some of the kind of smoky quartz. And this could have well been a 3D network close to the roof of the intrusion. Maybe I should add that the smoky quartz is a function of radioactive decay, and usually it means that there's inclusions in the quartz, and they decay, and therefore they destroy portions of the lattice, and because of that we actually get a dark smoky color, or kind of shadowing of the transparency of the crystal, and this is a function of the radiation damage. So these fluids were likely quite rich in some large iron lithophile elements, and also in general some large iron elements, like for example uranium as well, and that would be one of the elements that would decay when incorporated into a crystal, and that could be responsible for some of this. Thorium is another one, and several of those might have been quite enriched in these late states fluids here at the Mourne Mountains. So let me bring you to the other side again. So I think we got a fair impression of this and the gas-rich nature of this system in the roof zone at least. So I'd like to say thank you, and I will be back with more rocks in the not so distant future, and I hope you enjoyed that. So here's the last shot, and bye bye, all the best, good luck, stay healthy, and see you soon.